Hey there, welcome my friends to this month's Global Video Hop. My name is Sophia and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Edmonton, Canada. Our theme this month was to use products from the new Celebration brochure and mix it with something from the new mini catalog. So everything that I'll be using, I'll be linking the product numbers below this video. If you're shopping in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just send me an email or visit my online store and buy whatever you like. If you spend $60 or more, I do send you a special treat in the mail. So this is Adorable Owls. This is what I'm going to be using today. So you can get this stamp set for free if you spend $60 or more in my Stampin' Up! Store. And I'm also using the framed Florets bundle. So I'm going to use the stamp set, and I'm also going to be using the dies that go with it, which I can show you. So if you get the framed Florets, then you can technically get the owls for free, which is pretty cool. So these are some of the dies I'm going to be using. Sorry, I kind of have them all over the place. And these are the extra ones that are also included in the set. It's actually very versatile. You can use it for a lot of different things. And so this should be fun. So I'm just going to get that stuff out of the way. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to be needing today is a card base in your choice. This one here is Just Jade, which is a retired color now. But it also looks a lot like Soft Succulent, which is pretty current, and Mint Macaron. If you have that, you could use that as well. So then you're going to need a piece of designer series paper. So I took this out from the Abstract Beauty Designer Series paper pack, which is on clearance right now actually in the store if you wanted to pick up that paper. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of designer series paper and we're going to cut out these hearts and kind of, it's just like, it doesn't cut out a frame of hearts, it kind of just makes frame like a pieces of heart in the paper. So I am going to go ahead and die cut that, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, I am back, and this is what I cut out with that heart frame die. So what I did was I used the hearts die first, and I cut this out, and what this gave me was just the hearts, but the middle here was still empty. And then what I went ahead and did was I took this frame to cut out just a circle, and I have that circle right here, and it's just going to kind of go inside here. So now we're going to go ahead and just work on this, or actually, you know what, I think I'm going to do this part last. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that to the side with my card base for now. We'll just leave it over there. How's that? Okay, and then I used this die and I cut out this frame because that's also going to go on as a layer on that piece. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that over there as well. And then we're going to go ahead and start coloring our little owl. So I am just going to get a scrap piece of white paper for that. Right here. All right, so we are going to stamp our owl in soft suede, just because that's my favorite color to use when I'm doing this owl. It makes it a little bit softer than just using straight black. Okay, so there he is. And then we're just going to start coloring him in. Now, he's not going to be your regular owl. He is going to kind of match with the colors we're using today. So This is a little sneak peek of the colors. So this is actually going to layer on to our frame as well. And I didn't want to spend time coloring that in the video, so I've already went ahead and done it. So I'm going to take my light mint macaron blend, and I'm going to zoom in a little so you can watch me color. And we're just going to color his belly. Yeah, not the traditional colored owl, but we just want him to match kind of what we're doing today. So I'm now gonna just take this and shade a little bit over here. Okay. And then you take your light again and you kind of just put it over top to make them blend, just like that. And then I'm also gonna take my light, this is my light, right? Yeah, and I'm gonna do his eyes. Okay. Just make sure you don't do the little circle up top, just because it's a little bit of a, it's the shadow light that's going on his eyes. I think I'm actually gonna use the dark just to make them a little bit darker. Okay, so that's all done. And now I'm also going to do the inside of his, is this light? Oh no, it's dark. Okay, so I'm going to take the light mint macaron, and I'm also going to do the inside of his face up here. Okay, just like that. And be careful not to get too close to the edges, because blends do bleed a tiny bit and you don't want that to really interfere. Okay, so now we're gonna get a color for his outside, and I'm gonna use crumb cake for that. Okay. Okay, and up here as well. And the outside of his eye there, yes, perfect. Okay, so I am actually pretty happy with this. I might take the other side and just kind of give him a little bit more dark here and kind of fill in here, here, and here, just to give him a little bit more shadow in his fingers and his ears, just like that. And then I'm taking my, I'm gonna take dark Daffodil Delight, and I'm gonna do his nose and his feet. Okay, so I am pretty happy with this, and now I am just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna make this a little bit brighter so you can see him properly. And now we're just gonna go ahead and cut that out. Now I might fast forward through this part so you don't have to watch the entire thing. All right, so not your traditional owl, but he's still really cute. And I think he's gonna look great on our card. So he's gonna be kind of just coming in this way. And now what I'm gonna do is work on this. So with this, all I've done, just so you know, is I've stamped this image and then I've colored it with Mint Macaron, Magenta Madness, and Dark Daffodil Delight. And I added a little bit of Bermuda Bay to those leaves just to make them a little bit shaded. All right, so next thing we're gonna do, this is what we're gonna be using for our greeting. And for that, I'm gonna use a blending brush, and we're just gonna put some color on here. So I'm gonna use Magenta Madness. Again, this is a retired color. If you don't have it, you can use Melon Mambo or Polished Pink. Those are the closest that I can think of. So you're just gonna pick up some color onto your brush. Doesn't have to be a ton. And just gonna kind of get some color off there, and then color in the middle of this. Okay. And not a lot. So I think I like it just like this. I think it has enough color. We don't need to add any more. Okay, and now we're just gonna go ahead and stamp our greeting on there. So I've got for a special person on a special day. And before I do that, I'm actually gonna use my Magenta Madness, the dark Magenta Madness. And I'm gonna do a little bit of splatter on here. So that just means you take your brush end and you can just kind of put a little bit of ink on here, just to give it a little bit more texture. All right, so once we're done with that, we are just going to go ahead and grab some memento. I'm gonna do my greeting in black so it stands up nicely. And I'm just gonna see how that stamps. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, so take your greeting and you're gonna put it right in the center here. Just like that. Pretty, right? Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and put, oh my God, wow. Sorry, okay, don't touch that part. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put, I'm actually gonna pull this paper out just in case I get my hands all dirty, and we're gonna put our card together. So the first thing I'm gonna do is grab my card base, put it down, just like this, and I'm trying to think what the best way is gonna be for this. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this down first, and we're gonna put this on dimensionals. So you're just gonna turn it around and grab your dimensionals and put those on. Okay, and then we're just gonna go ahead and center this on your card and put it down. Just like that. I did put some on the sides there, I'm pretty sure you noticed, just so that it lifts up properly and you can see the hearts actually. Because if I put this completely down, you wouldn't have been able to notice the hearts as much, and I wanted them to really stand out. Sorry, I know you can hear my kids in the background. They're going a little crazy out there, but that's life, right? So the next thing I'm gonna do is this is gonna go directly onto the card base, not on dimensionals or anything like that. And I'm just gonna stick it down with some crafter's tape, my favorite. It's just so clean, you guys. I mean, I guess this would have been good if you use the liquid glue, this one. It's good because you have some wiggle room, but if you're pretty confident that you can get this down, just go ahead and put it down. Now, it's a little bit smaller than the area. Just make sure that it's straight. That should be your goal. So that's gonna come on just like this. The next thing I'm gonna do is put this border on top like that, and I'm going to be going and putting this down flat as well. I'm not going to put it on dimensionals or anything like that. So for this, I'm actually going to use liquid glue because it's kind of flimsy and I want to make sure I get glue all over it if my glue comes out. Oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah, just put some liquid glue on. Doesn't have to be a lot or anything like that. Just enough to make sure that it's covered. And if you have like big blobs like this, you could just use the tip of your glue and spread it around with that without actually squeezing it. Okay, so we're just gonna flip this and stick it on here like that. And just make sure you hold it down for a couple of seconds, and then you've got something that looks like this. All right, now the next thing we're gonna do is put our flowers on. Now the flowers, I am gonna put them on dimensionals. So I'll grab those, throw my dimensionals on. And, oh, a backing, of course. Okay, so this is gonna go on right about here. Happy with that placement. So you're just gonna go ahead and push it down whenever you're ready. And then last but not least, our beautiful little owl, he's gonna be up here, and I'm gonna throw him on dimensionals as well. I think 3 should be good. And yeah, he is just gonna come like, it's gonna be like he's flying into the image. So let's put him down right there. And you guys, there's such a beautiful little card, right? So the last thing I'm gonna do is add some embellishments onto here, and I'm just gonna grab them. All right, so the end of my video kind of got cut out there for some reason, but all I did was I brought in these enamel dots that match the cardstock, and I took 3 of them and kind of just put them on in a 3 pattern there. So that's my card for you. I think it looks great. I'd love to hear what you think, or if you're gonna make something like this, just pop a comment down below and let me know. Also, go ahead and hop to the next person's video and see what they made with this year's celebration and mini catalog items. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. Bye.